Good day, everyone. I hope that you're doing well. This is Sir Don, and this is the first lesson that we will be having for our subject Gen 001 Purposive Communication. Welcome to Gen 001 Purposive Communication course orientation. Let me present to you the lesson objectives of today, our learning targets. At the end of the module, students will be able to, or you will be able to answer questions related to the house rules, course objectives, syllabus, and grading system in Gen 001. Take note of these three: house rules, course objectives, syllabus, and grading system, rather four in Gen 001. The house rules, course objectives, syllabus, and grading system are to be discussed in this module. But I want to remind you to please pay attention, take notes, and ask questions or clarify if necessary. Since we are in the online class, you may want to send your clarifications and questions if there are in our messenger group chat. I will be very happy to assist you in my best of ability. So again, today is the subject orientation. I hope that you are prepared. You may watch this video and make sure that you are in a place where it is silent, it is convenient for you, so that you really can concentrate with the orientation. This is very important because today we are going to discuss the things that you need to know, all the things that you need to know about our subject, which is purposive communication, otherwise known as Gen 001. Please take note that a blank page for note-taking is provided in the skill building activity on page 3. You may want to check on that, and please use that for your notes. I want you to note the important details on this lecture, and please write that on the skill building activity on page 3. Later on, you will take a picture of that and then you will submit it via GCR. Again, I would like to reiterate that you are required to have note-taking, to take note of the important details of this course orientation. Let us start the orientation by discussing the course objectives. This subject, purposive communication, is a language subject, as what I have said during our face-to-face classes, and it's about writing, speaking, and presenting through multimedia to different audiences and for various purposes. Take note that the subject description states that you will write, you will speak, and you will present in varied multimedia format into different audiences, because communication is dependent on the audience and also into the media that we are going to use. Meaning that you are going to speak, write, or present or communicate by and large using different multimedia formats in different audiences and in different purposes, as what the subject title describes. It's purposive communication, meaning your communication or your communicative competency will be enhanced in various purposes. The ultimate goal of this subject is for you to enhance your reading comprehension skills, as it is being included and integrated in this module. You will see a lot of reading comprehension strategies, and you will practice that, such as the Fryer model that I have discussed during the face-to-face classes. Aside from reading comprehension skills, we also want to envision you to develop your communicative competence, your communication skills. This connects to the development of your macro skills when it comes to language. These are the development in reading, listening, speaking, writing, and even viewing. As what the subject description suggests, you will present, speak, and write in different multimedia formats, audiences, and purposes. The objective of this subject is that you will exhibit proficiency in constructing dialogue that reflects responsible actions with awareness. awareness of the different purposes of communication, its audience, and also highlighting the cultural relevance. We envision you to be able to communicate and to be welcoming and respectful to others' culture, and also be responsible with your actions when you communicate. We also envision you to demonstrate mastery in drawing out relevant details, meaning that you will be able to extract details from the different and varied texts and information that we are going to give you and discuss to you. You will be also identifying patterns in a text, such as, for example, if the text is persuasive, informative, opinionated, or narrative, and the likes, including its intentions and purposes. You will also synthesize textual elements to formulate well supported conclusions. And number three, show an adequate level of communication skills. Prior to this introduction, I said that the general goal of this subject is for you to be able to enhance your communicative competence by effectively conveying intended messages with clarity and coherence in various communicative contexts. I hope that it is clear to you our goal, the subject of description of this subject. Also, please expect that you will enhance your communicative competence. Therefore, you are asked to participate actively in class by recitation, by writing, and things like that. This is our effort for you to enhance your communicative competence. And I hope that at the end of this semester, you will be able to say that your communicative competence is being enhanced. I want to proceed to the next part of our lecture. Let's begin the discussion proper. First, I want to discuss the class schedule. Okay, the class schedule just for this subject. Again, I am reiterating that the table presented here is just for this subject, for purpose of communication under my mentorship. Okay, for Shift A students who have face-to-face classes on Monday, your online class for this subject of the same time will be every Wednesday. Okay? Take note that when we say face-to-face, therefore you have to go to the university for in-house and in-person lecture, discussion, and actuation of activities. But for online, this is asynchronous classes where you are being met online, mainly via GCR and Messenger group chat. As of the moment, we don't have GCRs yet. But once the subject code is available, I will be inviting you, or I will be sending it to you via GC. And I hope that you are all in the GC now, okay? Because updates will be uploaded or sent there. That is for schedule. Again, if you have questions so far, you may want to send it via Messenger on our GC. I will discuss now the house rules for these subjects. Again, as what I have said, we have 2 sessions per week, one for online and one for face-to-face. For face-to-face session, this means in-person lectures where activities, performance tasks, and other taskings are to be submitted face-to-face. And it will be done inside the university. So face-to-face in our classroom. For online sessions, it means it is asynchronous lecture or online lecture. The activities, the lectures, and the performance tasks and other taskings will be submitted via GCR. The announcements will be handed via Messenger. Meaning, if we have online session for today and I have uploaded a lecture, and once you finish listening and watching to that lecture, I ask you to, for example, write this or do this activity in your activity sheets, you will pass that online via GCR for online sessions. Again, for face-to-face, it will be submitted face-to-face. For online, it will be submitted via GCR. And Messenger will be utilized as our common point for communication and for sending of announcement. Next, For in the case of excused students, this is a term I call completion. Students may complete, or students are allowed to take missed activities as long as they have valid and reasonable justifications. For examples, accidents and medical reasons. But however, the excused student shall comply to submit a copy of medical certificate or any proof of excusal with a letter signed by the guardian. And when these are being presented, these must be submitted face to face to me as your professor in charge. And once you complied into it, you are allowed to take the missed activities without any deductions. Speaking of deductions, 5-point deduction shall be warranted for every 24-hour of late submission, and this is applicable for every tasks that we have. Releasing of scores for online session, okay? The releasing of scores will be before or after the exam week. It's because we handle a lot of students and we cannot really give back or score or check your activities in real time. On the other hand, for releasing of scores and papers returning for face-to-face classes, once checked and recorded, your activities will be returned to you face-to-face during our class discussions and class sessions face-to-face. Lastly, we have attendance. Please know that attendance is being encoded and monitored through our learning system, Student Information System, SIS. So we are able to monitor your attendance via this app or this website and learning portal. And take note that the SIS will be able to count your missed and retrieve how many missed sessions you had for a specific term. Now I have here another slide, and this pertains to the topics that we will be dealing on the preliminary term. Okay, so as you can see, module 1, okay, is orientation. We had that, the comprehension-based module. We've discussed the parts of the module. We also got to know each other by Me in a Minute, if you remembered. And then orientation 2 is today. Orientation for subject-specific area, which is Gen 001, I am discussing right now. And next week, we will be having our SAS number 1, or Student Activity Sheet number 1, Communication Process and Principles and Ethics, to be followed by Communication Models, Communication and Globalization, Local and Global Communication and Multicultural Settings, and Communicating for a Purpose. That completes our lessons for preliminaries. Now, I would like to proceed to the grading system. The passing rate for this course is 50%, meaning that you need to get at least 50% to get a passing mark of 3. Again, 50% equates to the transmutation table of 3 or tres. If your final score is 49 and below, then the freshman or you will be marked as NC. NC means no credit, meaning that you have to repeat the subject. No credit means that you need to re-enroll the subject and redo the coursework to earn a grade. An NC mark is not counted as a failed grade, or it's not a 5. Okay? You just have to repeat the subject. Okay? There are 3 grading periods, namely P1, P2, and P3. And we are at the P1 currently as of the moment. Okay? Each period will be graded according to the following criteria. Okay? Take note, this is the criteria for grading, or this is our grading system for the subject. 30% shall be allotted for the activities, 30% for quizzes, and 40% for exam. The quiz on this subject could be a performance tasks, or practical activities for activities, and even exams. So it's because this subject is a language subject and a skill-based subject, meaning that for you to be able to enhance your communicative competence, you need to actualize the learning evidences, meaning that it's application based. So it's a mixture of application and knowledge, meaning that there would be instances that your quiz or your activity or even your exams are practical exams. Okay, for your final scoring at the end of the semester, it will be graded in this formula. P1 is 33%, P2 is 33%, and P3 is 34%, for an overall total of 100%. Now, there is a mark called INC. INC stands for incomplete. It means that if you have a missing coursework such as major requirements, particularly periodic exams, or for example, long tests or performance tasks or quizzes, INC must be completed within 1 year. Okay, it means that if you have INC, therefore you have a missing major coursework, and you have 1 year to complete that incomplete. Once completed, you will receive a mark. Okay, only students with a valid reason such as medical condition and accidents and etc. and other justifiable reasons are qualified to get an INC. Again, INC is not failed. Okay, INC means incomplete, meaning you have to complete your missing coursework so that you will get a grade or a mark for this subject. Okay, in summary, we have here the transmutation table for the College of Arts and Sciences. So in here, you will see the raw score, the final score, as being equivalent to the final grade. Note that the final grade will be the grade you will see on your TOR or transcript. Okay, so there, 49.99 and below is no credit. INC, we've discussed that, and the rest is pass. For the equivalency, the final grade column. If you have questions so far, you may type it in via Messenger, group chat, and I will be happy to clarify things. To conclude, we had discussed house rules, course objectives, the grading system, the lessons for preliminaries, and the class schedule. Now, as what I have said in the connect of this activity, in the introduction of this activity, you need to take notes of this lecture, and you have to upload a picture of your notes from Skill Building B2 on our GCR. Since we don't have a GCR yet, please just keep your output with you, and once that we have our GCR and it's available, just upload your outputs or your notes, and I will allot a tab there for your submissions. Again, if you have questions, feel free to raise it into our GC, and I'll be very happy to assist you. This has been Sir Don, and I hope that you have learned something for today and you gained clarity in navigating our course at Gen 001 Purposive Communication. I hope that by the end of this semester, you will say that you gain confidence and you have enhanced your communicative competence, especially in the context of using it in the English language. Thank you very much.